Hello everyone. So I'm so happy that I'm going to talk about women and education. I've been learning since I was school, since I was born till now. I've learned so many things. Of course, I learned from school and people want me. And one thing that I realized, let us start a meeting that we're lucky. We don't live in a world where our mothers lived in, our grandmothers lived in, where career choices for women are so limited. And if you're in this room today, most of us grew up in a world where we have a basic civil rights. And amazingly, we still live, I mean, amazingly, and of course, so sad to talk about this that not all the women have a basic civil rights. Yeah. But all that aside, we still have a big problem. And the problem goes like this. No matter how educated a woman is, they still end up in the kitchen, and I'm the woman who rejected this statement and yelled strongly that I disagree. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Faradita Farid from Muhammadiyah University of Makassar, proudly delivering you my speech under the title, Education, Woman Between Kitchen and Office. Well, girls, you have to remember that you have the same rights to get an education just like boys. Educated girls can make informed choices and from a far better range of options. Educating girls save lives and build stronger families, communities, and economics. Girls and young women in many parts of the world miss out on the school every day, and around 61 million girls are out of school. According to UNICEF, in 2016, 32 million girls of primary school age and 29 millions of lower secondary school age. And it's so sad. Often, girls are marginalized and are out of school simply because they are girls, and it's just not fit with the cultural norm. Their changes to get quality education are even smaller if they come from a poor family or they have a disability. Girls are 4 times more likely to be out of school than boys from the same backgrounds. The poorest girls also have the least likelihood of completing primary school. There are often legal, religious, and traditional practices that discriminate against girls getting chance to get a better education. Then why is educating girls so important? Here are just some benefits of giving girls an equal opportunity to be educated. First, economic growth. Educating girls and young women increases the country productivity and contributes to economic growth. Some countries lose more than 1 billion a year by failing to educate girls to the same level as boys. A woman with an education can get a better job with higher wages and has the effect of addressing gender imbalance in the labor force. Increased levels of education have a greater positive impact on women's wages. And the second is more skills to be a leader. Who doesn't want to be a leader? Education helps women to gain the skills needed to take on leadership roles at local and national levels. Better educated women are more likely to join bodies, whether volunteer or elected, where they can take part in making decisions that affect their lives and those of their communities. And the last but not least, better prepared for natural disaster and climate change. Higher levels of education generally help prepare families for coping with shocks. Girls' education in particular is associated with reduced injury and death and increased family and community resilience from the hazard of a natural disaster and extreme weather that result from climate change. A 2010 World Bank study of developing countries from 1960 to 1003 found that the countries with higher levels of female schooling were were less likely to suffer high rates of bites, injury, and displacement, displacement due to weather disaster. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Malala Yousafzai once said, every girl, no matter where she lives, no matter what her circumstance, has a right to learn. And every leader, no matter who he or she is or the resources available to him or her, has a duty to fulfill and protect these rights. So, come on girls, you are beautiful, you are powerful, and you are educated. So don't be afraid if people judge you just because you want to be a leader. Remember, educated person didn't judge others. Bilai fisabil haq fastabiqul khairat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.